from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show.
Thank you for watching. Say hello to my co-hosts, my studio audience, staffers. And never forget my virtual audience. How you doing? Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. No idea how hard it was to keep the secret. I was on The Masked Singer last night. I was lips, and by the way, all the staffers and everybody on the studio lot, if you called somebody out of their regular name, like if somebody said Wendy, or I love your show, or anything like that, there's some sort of financial, like, yeah, They're very serious about that. So I was lips. They kept calling me lips. I wasn't even. I couldn't get used to answering to that, so I just kept walking. And in case you missed it, here I am singing one of my favorite songs of all time.
In other words, let's go. Yeah, a little vamping.
Well, first of all, I chose that song because I like that song. It's one of the songs that I know all the words to. Remember for our Christmas party or something like that? I was supposed to cross the bar and sing that. And anyway, but here's how I ended up on the show. Okay. So the show called Bernie, my manager. And then Bernie called me and said, do you want to do Masked Singer? And I was like, yeah, you know? I've been watching the show since season 1, and I love, you know, the banter between the judges and also Nick. It's weird because before I went out to LA to do it, Nick called me late at night. And no, that's when I was telling you. Do you remember I said Nick Cannon called me and we had adult conversation?
Yep.
We talked about everything else. And I thought he was calling me to tell me, okay, so I'll see you when you get out here, or good luck with the show. Are you sure this is what you want to do? Or giving me advice? Nothing. And I said nothing to him.
Yeah.
He had no idea. And it's weird because he had on the same shiny shoes.
Like matched you.
It was very weird. If you want to know who I watched with, I watched with Nortman.
Yeah.
Well, only cause, oh, Nick. I watched with Norman because, you know, you have to watch with someone. And they changed the order they're always changing things, but it's a first-class situation there at the Masked Singer. I didn't realize I was going to be last. So I'm seeing everybody. I'm seeing the mushroom. I'm seeing,
right.
I'm seeing the monster. I'm, you know, seeing stuff. And so finally, I called Norman. And I'm like, Norman, let's go over the hot topics. I'm playing it off.
Yeah.
Let's go over, tomorrow's hot topics. This is what I have. What do you have? What does the rest of the Bureau have? And so on and so forth. And when they come back from commercial, I'm like, shh, shh, shh. Norman, don't say a word, don't cough, don't put your phone down. Norman was absolutely
shocked. Flabbergasted. I was like, wait, that sounds like you. Like, wait a minute.
Do you remember here at Wendy, there was a period of time when we came back to do our show and planning for season 12, which we're in right now. Yeah, 12. Mm-hmm. And then there was a week that they wanted to, gas bomb the place.
Right.
And they,
Okay.
like when we were back, we weren't near each other. We were all being, all the medics were around and stuff like that. We were safe. But then they were like, okay, you all need to take a week to yourselves and let us bomb the place. So I said to Bernie, Bernie, does this rhyme with, Masked Singer? This is perfect. Excuse me. Potatoes and fried eggs. Yeah, I like that. Little hot sauce and ketchup. Anyway, so next thing I know, I'm trying to scurry around because you can't just leave your house when you have pets. So I'm like, all right, pet master? I said, look, I have something to do. I couldn't even tell her. But I'm like, can you just take care of the girls together? She's like, fine. Then, get out of here. By the way, today is National Cat Day. Yeah. Next thing I know, there's a car in front of my house, and there's a private plane at the Teterboro. And look, no, but look. No, this is not me. This is the Masked Singer. This is how they do. A plane for 12, but there were only 3 people in there. Me, Bernie, and an assistant. That's it. And the black clothing and the masks and everything, like, yeah. Underneath that, there's also a black mask and sunglasses. Rehearsals were really, really difficult. You can't, they were like 6 to 8 hours a day. When I first got out there, because we stayed in one of my favorite hotels, they asked me, where do you want to stay? I said, are you serious? And so I told them, because, I like to live a nice life. Next thing I know, I walk into this room big enough for all of us to fit in. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good marble. Glass shower. Yeah. And good room service. Mm-hmm. But the costume was hot. It was so hot, I could barely breathe. It was so heavy. That's why I'm sitting on the couch. Also, I didn't know whether to throw up in the costume or go to the bathroom in the costume. Because while they're offering all this food, they're offering foods constantly, bringing stuff in. I said, no, I can't drink anymore. I can't eat anymore. Otherwise, oops, something might happen. Something might happen. And I don't want to stop production. I just want to be cooperative and understanding of the process. And by the way, you perform like 2 or 3 times, and then they cut it together and they make it right. But my dancers, they danced really well. And one thing that you need to know also is that it was like 103 degrees in LA, okay? And they turn off the AC. So, because it's loud, so it comes through the microphone and they can't hear you say, you grew up riding the subway. Ow. And even for a song that you love, you forget the words when you get out there. I'm like, wow, this is really something else. I'm on The Masked Singer. And I have no idea who else was under their costumes because they kept us all separated. So I have no idea who anybody else was. But to me, even for me, like when I watched it, I would have guessed me right away. Yeah, and it didn't help that I laughed in between and then caught a snort. Yeah. They said I could tell people, but I told no one. Two people, but they have to sign the NDA, that non-disclosure thing.
Right.
But everyone I know has a big mouth.
Right.
Like my mother and father.
Exactly.
See, that's where they'd be at Bloomingdale's, right?
Right.
At the counter saying, Wendy's out in LA. Wendy's out in LA. She's doing The Masked Singer. Now, I didn't fly all the way out there to get kicked off because now the word is out, you know?
Right.
But I did manage to smuggle some Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. I took a picture for the Instagram, and you all hated the way it looked. I was like, are you out of your mind? The collard greens and And I also got some of those noodles from Crustacean.
Yum.
You know, you smuggle.
All right.
You don't get out of the car. You lay low in the back seat. You know, Bernie goes in and tells him like it is. And then things happen. Anyway, from The Masked Singer, Jenny McCarthy is here today. That is my jam, though. If I stayed a second song, I was going to do Eddie Murphy Party All the Time. Oh, I was ready. 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 You know.
Hilarious. And random.